Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Where's your enthusiasm? You didn't bring it to school today? When we start every class, it will be with the one thing that you can manufacture anytime you want. Your enthusiasm. Enthusiasm is something every one of you has under your control. And if you're going to be able to persuade other people, there's nothing like raw enthusiasm to help you do it. I got this when I was a young kid. And you grew up in the Derry family. And you came downstairs and you didn't have a smile on your face, you went back up. And my sister Elaine, on purpose, would come down with a scowl, and Dad say, "Back upstairs, Elaine!" She runs back upstairs, and she'd come down again. He'd make her late for class, for school, if she didn't have a smile on her face. And out of that, 4 Derry kids, and we're all smilers. We all have good attitudes and good enthusiasm. Thanks, Dad. Now, this word enthusiasm, where did it come from? See, everyone can use it. But somehow, some way, we've lost sight of how important it is. Let me explain. Enthusiasm. Anytime you attach IASM to a word, you make it a noun. N means inside or within. Thus is the root of what language does this come from? What's this word derived from?
Greek.
Yep. And so the Greek word for thus its origin is theos, or godlike. So what does enthusiasm roughly translated mean? It means carrying the Spirit of God within you. So it's how you every day show up wherever you are and show the Spirit of God to others. And regardless of your religious persuasion, it is simply the notion of carrying the Spirit within you, and you can manufacture it. So we'll start every day with that one. Now, what's the purpose of this course? What I'm going to help each one of you do is walk across the stage when you graduate, and instead of being nervous as hell, because you don't know after you shake the hand what you're going to do, you're going to be in the esteemed position to have your job. Now, because every one of you, now correct me if I'm wrong, every one of you wants to make sure you have a job when you graduate, right? So, take this course seriously. This is unlike any course you've ever taken. The only reason I know that is even though I'm a professor, I've been in sales my whole life. I've been in the business of persuading others. So if you bear down, if you'll take this course seriously, you're going to, one, understand yourself better, understand your strengths, understand your limitations. Second, you are going to know the job that you want, and you're going to raise the chance to get the job that you really want to a much higher peak because of this class. Any questions? That's where we're headed. Are you in the right class? Now, after this class, this always happens. I get lots of head nods. People say, "Oh yeah, this is great." And 2 or 3 don't show up for the next class. That's okay. But if you stay, I'm going to get you out of your comfort zone to get you to do some things that you're not going to feel comfortable doing, but it's going to prepare you for the real life. What life is really like out here. I've only been here for 5 years, but I've been selling since I was 6 years old. So my entire life, all I've done is sell, and I'm still doing it. Glasses. Wish my eyes were good enough I didn't need these. All right. So, first of all, the most important thing is I'd like to go around the room, and I'd like you to tell me. Give me your name, tell me where you're from, and why you're taking this class. Go.
My name is Woody Edwards. I'm from Pulaski County, Kentucky. And I'm taking this as my advising.
Okay, good enough.
My name is Dylan.
Mr. Gordon.
I'm from Oldham County.
Now, Mr. Gordon, you just raised an important point right there. You didn't even know. One of the things I'm going to teach you is the value of speaking clearly. And that means with no non-words. What's a non-word? Or, and, or like, or right, or so, or all those little words that don't add any value in the communication. Why is this so important? Anyone who plan to stay at Western for the rest of their life? Well, I mean, some people might do that. If you are, then you don't have to take my advice on this subject right here. You can stay here because non-words are like a virus here. But when you step out into the real world, every job description, virtually every one that's written today has on it, applicant must have excellent oral and written communications, right? Every one. So why do we have this virus, this influenza of non-words? Why don't we get rid of them if the rest of the world wants you to speak clearly and concisely? That's what we do here. And we're going to click. You will click each other. So when a non-word comes out, because you don't hear them, likes and rights, and they just come out of your... Probably, Mr. H, you weren't born here, but when you came here, you probably got a lot of non-words just because you hear them from everybody else.
Definitely.
We're going to get rid of them. And you're going to help each other. So, Mr. Gordon, I'm going to click that non-word. You know what? Now, let me ask another question. Is there anyone here who does not want to get rid of those non-words? Is there anyone? You raise your hand. Okay, so that means that all of you want to get rid of them. So Mr. Gordon is going to click you not to embarrass you, not to make you look silly, but to give you feedback, because you don't hear them. And the first thing we have to do is hear them. Oh, I didn't. Oh, it's like, oh, geez, quit hitting me. But in short order, you'll begin hearing them. Welcome.
Hi.
My name's Chris
I'm
Derry.
Laura. I'm sorry.
Miss
Laura Clark.
Miss Clark. Miss Clark. You can sit right there. You can sit right there. So we're going to tackle eliminating non-words. And when Mr. Gordon clicks you today on your non-word, it's going to feel like you're hurting them. Is anyone not wanting to do it? You got it? Okay? All right. Mr. Gordon, thank you. You're from?
Louisville, Oldham County.
Okay.
And I'm here to get rid of my non-words.
Cool. Great. Sir?
My name is Brandon Beckham. I'm from Bowling Green, Kentucky, and I took this class because my advisor encouraged me to, and I hope to get something out of it that will help me in finance.
Oh, that's where I spent most of my career. It's in finance. As a matter of fact, I'm a partner, I'm a founder of a long-short equity hedge fund in Louisville. But I don't do much of that anymore. Sir?
My name is Andy Glenn. I'm from Scottsburg, Indiana, and I'm in this class because hopefully it'll help me learn how to better sell myself to potential employers.
So you're going into sales?
Possibly. I mean, it's an option.
Of all the seniors who have jobs, 12 months after graduation, what percent of them are in sales?
75. 80.
In the business school, the answer is 75, if you're in the business school. But across all colleges in America, half. So the reason that you start in sales is that's where the jobs are. For some people, it doesn't mean you have to be there your whole life, unless you like it, unless you like things like making money, something like that. If you don't, it's probably not the deal breaker. Okay, so potentially going into sales, Mr.
Frankie.
Frankie.
Yeah, my name is Luke Frankie. I'm from Louisville, Kentucky.
Mr. Gordon, be ready.
Click.
Click. I didn't give you the clicker? Come on, get with it, huh? Click it. Got it.
Sorry about that. Name's Luke. My name is Luke. I'm from Louisville.
Catch that little? See, these non-words, they come out. All you have to do is pause. Just say the word. Just stop. Say the first word that comes out. Go.
And I'm taking this class because it's required for my major.
And your major is?
Photojournalism.
It's required for your major?
Wow.
Damn. They're smart. They understand that you're going to be selling yourself your whole life.
Yes, sir.
Very good. Sir.
My name is Brandon Condon. I'm from Lexington, Kentucky.
From?
Kentucky, and I want to make a lot of money.
Right place.
Mr.
Mr. Hutchins.
Cody Hutchins
Hutchins.
from Mount Washington, Kentucky, and I am a senior this year. And I heard that this is one of the best classes to take to just kind of grow.
Well, thank you.
My name is Shelby Nixon. I'm
That's
from
good.
Louisville, Kentucky. And I took it my advisor told me to, but to help better sell myself to
Mm-hmm.
employees.
Good, you're in the right place.
I'm
Miss
Shauna Sadler.
Sadler.
I'm from Chicago, Illinois. I would suggest.
Are you dressed as if you're in Chicago right now?
It's colder there, so no, so I'm not.
It's
Mine is
so cold
there
there.
right now.
Mr. Gordon?
I was clearing my throat.
That's just what I heard. Okay, go.
Kind of.
Anytime the comes out, click. Any non-word, anything that you say that does not add value in the conversation that you're having with the person serves no purpose.
I took this class because I was suggested by Mr. Shell.
Chris Shell.
Chris Shell, I took from my last semester.
Good.
My name is John Williams, and I'm from Memphis, Tennessee. I took this class because I want to learn to harness my enthusiasm in the medical side.
Medical sales in the right place.
I'm
Miss Clark.
Clark.
And you're going to be on time
Yeah.
from this point forward. Good.
I will talk to you actually. I'm from the Paducah, Kentucky area. I took this class because my roommate suggested your section, and it's required for my major. She said
And your
that-
major is?
Marketing.
Hmm?
She said that I would grow a lot in this class.
You can. You can grow a lot if you'll step into it. You can also do this and go and sit in the back.
My name is Lucas Henry. I'm from Owensboro. And
Star of Screen and Stage.
Yeah.
On the front page of the Bowling Green Daily News.
Yeah, you're actually the first person who said anything about that.
Nobody reads the paper.
I would assume not.
Nobody reads the paper.
I took this class to learn more about myself and to become better at persuading others.
Good. You're in the right place. Mr.
Davis.
Davis.
My name is Cameron Davis. I'm from Owensboro, Kentucky. I decided to take this class to further my knowledge about personal selling.
Really?
Sounded good.
I want to know really. That came out like I'm coming up and I'm going to memorize this thing's going to come out of my mouth so it'll sound good. Is that really the reason you took it?
I would like to learn more about personal selling, yes.
Well, you're in the right place. Miss
Farmer.
Farmer. Miss Farmer.
My name is Becca Farmer, and I'm taking this class because it's required for my major, which is public relations.
Good for them. Good. Miss Marlowe.
Yeah, I'm Jill Marlowe, and I'm from Louisville, Kentucky, and I'm taking this class because I had a couple of friends who said you have to
Mr.
take
Gordon,
it.
she has a curious non-word, and that is she connects her sentences with and.
Yeah, I do that a lot.
And that's a non-word.
Okay.
Just and start the new sentence.
I'm from Louisville, Kentucky.
A couple of my friends told me to take this class before I graduated. They said you have to.
Mr. Rich?
My name is Armin Hadjiomerovich.
Now, hold on a second. This is a good example. If your name is different and people have trouble hearing it, what should you do when you introduce yourself? Slow down. You have said your name a gazillion times, but I've never heard it. So when you introduce yourself, slow down. Don't you want the person to remember your name? Slow down. So this is Mr.
Armin. Hi, my name is Armin Hadjiomerovich.
Better.
I'm from Bowling Green, Kentucky, and I am a marketing, concentrating in sales.
Sales major.
And that's
Good for
why
you.
I'm taking your class.
You're in the right place. Mr. Hold on a second. Mr. Shelby? No. Mr.
Stanley.
Stanley. Almost got it. I'll get all of them. It'll take me a couple sessions. I'll get all of them.
My name is Grover Stanley. I'm from Louisville, Kentucky, and my advisor suggested the class.
Okay. Mr. I want to say Adoe, but that's not correct.
No.
My name is Aaron Adeoye.
Adeoye. Okay. Adeoye.
I'm from Marion, Illinois. There we go. I'm taking this class because I guess my advisor suggested it.
Okay. Mr.
Metzger.
Mr. Metzger.
My name's Ryan.
Oh, that was a good one. Now, if you really want to embellish it, you can start by saying, America, and then it's not word.
My name is Ryan Metzger. I'm a senior here at Western. I'm from Park City, Kentucky, and I took this class to better myself as a broadcaster, as well as possibly finish my minor requirements for sales.
A broadcaster? Do they teach you how to eliminate non-words over there?
They try to.
How many times have you heard a broadcaster go, oh, right, No, they get fired. You have to be one of the best communicators. So, start today.
I'm Taylor.
Miss Northcutt?
Mrs. Northcutt.
Mrs.
No, my gosh. I'm totally on. Watched The Bachelor last night. You know, it's all in my head. I'm Taylor Northcutt. I'm from Edgewood, Kentucky, which is about 10 minutes from Cincinnati, Ohio. This was a requirement for my minor, and I have heard that it's the most beneficial class to take here at Western.
Thank you. Miss Driesnack.
Yeah. I'm Naomi Driesnack. I'm from Huntsville, Alabama, and I'm a pretty horrible public speaker, so I'd love to improve.
In the past, I've not been a good public speaker, but I'm going to get better in this class.
Hopefully.
See, if you say you're not something, all you're doing is reinforcing it. And by God, Henry Ford said, if you think you can, or you think you can't, you're right.
Okay. I think I can.
Good.
Be a better public speaker.
Good. I know I can.
My
Yes.
name is Natasha Flores. I
Flores.
am from Hardin County, Kentucky. This is a requirement for my degree, but I was also recommended by Dr. Adkins to take the class.
Good. Thank you. Sir.
My name is Brett Hart. I'm from Shepherdsville, Kentucky, and I was recommended this class by Chris Shaw.
And who hit home? Oh, that's a really good one, Mr. Gordon.
My second one on it.
Oh, your second one? Well, how'd he look?
Oh, great.
Okay, welcome. Mr. Guerra, his brother took my class a couple years ago.
Yeah. I'm Thomas Guerra from Chile. I'm taking this class because it's required.
Required?
For my major.
And your major is?
Marketing and management.
Okay.
And also my brother told me to take.
When people speak with a different language than English, outside of university, where, you know, we say, oh, it's okay, you can't speak the language, you know, it's not like that out here. You have to speak in a way that causes listeners to hear you and act on your suggestions. And I worked with your brother, and your brother improved dramatically when he was here. I'll expect the same thing out of you. Okay. Is that what you want? Good. Good. How's he doing? Does he have a job yet?
No.
He's in Miami, right?
No.
All right. Miss, now we got Britt, and we have
Brown.
Brown, that's right. Oh, did I forget one?
Yeah.
Good. Mr. Say it slowly. Mongo Johnny. Mongo Johnny. Mongo Johnny. Okay. Mongo Johnny. It's easy.
My name is Kamwila.
Hit him, Mr. Good.
My name is Kamwila Mangujani. I'm from South Africa, and I thought I'd take this class because in this world it would be bad to know how to sell yourself. So
It would be bad.
It would be.
You're going to read a book here called "To Sell is Human." It's what we do as human beings. The fact of the matter is most people do it so badly. And here you're going to learn how to do it. Selling is not, please, will you do this? Or, if you love me, you'll. But that's not selling. That's manipulating. You'll learn how to persuade here. Yes.
Havel.
Havel.
My name is Catherine Havel. I'm from Louisville, Kentucky, and I'm taking this course because it helps fulfill my sales minor.
Good for you.
My name is Mason Bramer. I too am from Louisville, Kentucky. I am completing this class to supplement my business administration. I was waiting for it.
Okay. You got his brain, you didn't get his mouth.
My name is James Rich. I am from Bowling, Kentucky, and I'm taking this class to fulfill my minor as well as my major.
Is that a sales minor?
Marketing.
Marketing
And
minor.
my major is sport management.
Okay, good.
My name is Sheila Brown. I'm from Louisville, Kentucky, and I'm taking this class because my fashion merchandising major class got canceled and my advisor suggested
Congratulations. Now, an administrative issue. All of you, my commitment to you is I will remember all your names. Usually it takes me 3 sessions to do it. And although I'm a year older, we'll see. Chances are I'll do it. This is something that I would have liked you to have completed before you did your profile, but I couldn't do it logistically. So essentially this is your agreement to allow me to profile you, and then when I talk to recruiters, is it okay for me to release the profile that you did to them so they can understand the potential that you have in succeeding in their organization? If you'd allow me to do that, just sign this at the bottom. If you don't, which is quite all right, this is not attached to the grade, you can say, please do not, and that'll be fine. Pass those back. Damn, we probably need more than I have. Here are some. You got this? Got them? Okay. All right, guys, come here. Just sign it and date it. That says relationship to subject, and just put student in there. Would you collect all of them from this side just around? Pass them up to Miss Brown. If you don't want me to, this is no reflection on you. Don't think there's any negative consequences. I ran these reports for several years. This is a $200 report that I persuaded the president of the company, who's a very good personal friend of mine, to allow me to run for you for free. And I thought that was enough of a benefit. No. What privacy? What could I? So I could go through this. If there are any questions, just let me know. Here they are. I have all the forms up here. Keep passing them up. Now, let me ask you. Have you ever had a bad experience with a salesperson?
Yes.
Raise your hand if you had a bad experience with a salesperson. Okay. Mr. Williams, give us a 2-minute explanation for why it was a bad experience.
Well, you always have the people who call you, the telemarketers, and they don't accept no for an answer. And I understand they're doing their job, but enough no's by me should be enough to, and I'm not going to be rude and just hang up on them. I mean, I will eventually, but it gets old after a while. And like I said, I understand they're doing their job, but they should get people on there that are more enthusiastic, and it helps if you can understand them. But I know that's not always helpful.
So you haven't come to the point where you've said, Williams? No, he's dead.
No. I don't want to jinx myself.
That's great.
I don't want to jinx myself.
There's this thing that exploded on the internet about this fellow, this telemarketer. They record the telemarketing, and a guy answers the phone and says, "Who's this?" "Well, this is Bob Smith, and I'm calling from." "Did you know?" He said, "I just want to talk to Pete Smith." "Did you know Pete Smith?" No. Did you have a personal relationship with Pete Smith?" No, I'm just calling. Hold on a second. We got a suspect here. Now, who are you? Suspect. Listen, Mr. Smith has been murdered. And so this guy keeps going, and the telemarketer just goes lower and lower and lower. And it was a big joke on the radio. So, yeah. Have you had a bad experience with a salesperson? Has anyone not? No, we all have. I now want to show you an example of the kind of sales that we're not going to do here. Would you turn the back one? Oh, I almost set this up. One. Actually, I said the wrong thing. Could you keep that light on and turn this one off? That'd be great. Thank you, Mr. What's your first name? Burnett? No. Compton. Compton. Oh, one thing before we start this. I'm going to have to shut the door. The most heinous swear words are in this video. The worst ones you've ever heard are in this video. If this bothers you for some reason, and if it does, please, no indictment, just step out in the hall for a couple minutes. I'm doing this for a purpose. Because I'm going to show you some of the most heinous salespeople you've ever seen. Just shut the door, would you please, Mr. Conrad? Are you ready?
Bitching about that sale you shot, some son of a bitch don't want to buy land, somebody don't want what you're selling, some broad and trying to screw, so forth. Let's talk about something important. Are they all here? All but one. Well, I'm going anyway. Let's talk about something important. Put that coffee down. Coffee's for closers only. You think I'm fucking with you? I am not fucking with you. I'm here from downtown. I'm here from Mitch and Murray. And I'm here on a mission of mercy. Your name's Levine? Yeah. You call yourself a salesman, you son of a bitch? I don't gotta listen to this shit. You certainly don't, pal. Because the good news is you're fired. The bad news is you've got just 1 week to regain your job, starting with tonight. Starting with tonight's sit. Oh, Have I got your attention now? Good. Because we're adding a little something to this month's sales contest. As you all know, first prize is a Cadillac Eldorado. Anybody want to see second prize? Second prize is a set of steak knives. Third prize is you're fired. You get the picture? You laughing now? You got leads. Mitch and Murray paid good money. Get their names to sell them. You can't close the leads you're given. You can't close shit. You are shit. Hit the bricks, pal, and beat it, because you are going out. The leads are weak. The leads are weak. Fucking leads are weak. You're weak. I've been in this business 15 years.
What's your name?
Fuck you. That's my name. You know why, mister? Because you drove a Hyundai to get here tonight. I drove an $80,000 BMW. That's my name. And your name is you're wanting. And you can't play in the man's game. You can't close them. Then go home and tell your wife your troubles. Because only one thing counts in this life. Get them to sign on the line which is dotted. You hear me, you fucking faggots? A, B, C. A always B, B, C closing. Always be closing. Always be closing.
Alec Ball. Glenn Gary, Glenn Ross. Would you turn the front light on, please? One of the reasons we have so many horrible salespeople is because these slime buckets are managing them. This is not the subject of this class. This is the old model that everybody hates and doesn't work. So let me ask you another question. Have you ever had a good experience with a salesperson? Smart one. You said yes.
Yeah.
Give us your experience.
My dad's actually a salesperson, so he...
Yeah, but you love your dad.
Yes.
Outside of your dad. Outside of your dad.
Okay.
Oh,
well,
that was a good one, Mr. Gordon.
Oh.
You're ready here, sir.
Sorry. One of his coworkers is a really good friend. He's also obviously a salesperson, and he took me through the process.
Did he sell you?
No, he
Hold on a
just
second.
showed
I
me.
wanted to ask you if you have had a good experience. Now here's what's going on in your mind. You have trouble thinking about a good experience. Bad experience is really obvious, right? Like that jerk in the mall, the guy that sold me my car. But how about a good experience? You know why you have trouble thinking about a good experience? Because when you get what you want, you're not being sold. Right? When you get what you need, you say, well, every time I go to Best Buy and I talk to Sharon, wow, she's just great. It's that you get what you need. The reason that we have a negative attitude towards salespeople in the United States of America at Western Kentucky University, we had to take the name sales out of the description of our major. No, sales, I don't want that sales. It's because all we think about is a negative image on sales. Questions? I'm going to teach you how to persuade. Persuasion is about finding out what someone really needs and then figuring out how to describe what you're offering in ways that cause this person to say, yeah, wow, that's exactly what I need. Then they pay. This is how professional salespeople do it in environments that people don't even realize they're being sold. Because it feels great. Let's go over the syllabus. apologize for all those nasty swear words, but I wanted to jar you. And this doesn't. This is an example of the worst in sales. This is so far from what I'm teaching as to be at polar opposites. All right. Let's talk about how to get an A in this course. I want you to turn first back to the schedule. The last 2 pages are the schedule of classes. I'm going to walk you through the schedule of what I'm going to expect from you, and then talk about a couple things that's built into the syllabus. If you're going into sales, my strong suggestion to you is, most of you got a smartphone now. Salespeople today put everything in their phone. Everything. I've been doing it for 14 years. I started with BlackBerry. I had everything in my BlackBerry, year 2000. I was still on the road. It was a fabulous improvement. And this is, in selling, this is, it's to love. Because it makes you so productive. So put your schedule in here. Some of you have trouble with details. This is a systemic effort to help you make sure that you focus on the details to get you what you want in your lives. Today and tomorrow are both, and Friday are both introductory lectures. I'm going to introduce sales in the second session. And we're going to talk about the nature of motivation. That's a part of your profiles. And make sure on Friday that you bring your profiles. Some of you have not taken my profile yet. There's one. There's some other ones. Make sure you take it as soon as possible. This is not something that intended to make you feel badly or hurt you. The purpose of this is to help you get more information about what makes you tick. Why? Because the more you understand you and your behaviors, then the easier it is to look out at someone else who's different than you are and see value. Instead of saying, "Ooh, jeez, not really, Mr. Gibbs. No, God, who's that? Ooh, that?" Because that kind of behavior will get you to fail in sales. Because in sales, lots of people are prospects who may be sons of you-know-whats. But they're a prospect, and you got to figure out how to sell them, even though you may not like them. Next Monday, we're going to start with the text. To sell is human. My suggestion to you is buy it online, put it on your computer, your iPad. It's a resource that you're going to use. It's a fabulous new book. It was just published a year and a half ago by Daniel Pink. And it is the latest research in how it is that people are persuaded today. It's fabulous. So get that book, and then, unfortunately, you're going to have to buy the text. Now, although it's not going to help you, I hate the fact that this text is so expensive. But digital versions are coming. Matter of fact, McGraw-Hill has just signed on, the manufacturers of our textbook, to be one of the sponsors of our sales center because they're trying to hire a new bevy of salespeople. So first we've got Daniel Pink, and I will walk you through how it is that I run this part of the course. Notice on the right-hand column, starting on Monday, February 3rd, you're going to have a quiz. Now the quiz for 9 sessions in a row, that'll be a paper quiz, and it will test your understanding of that particular chapter. So you want to read this ahead of time. My thinking is, if you read it, and then I test you on it, and then we discuss it, you have at least 3 iterations to learn the basic material that Daniel Pink and I want you to learn. Starting on Monday, February 24th, we'll begin our presentations. And each one of you will have an opportunity to stand up here and introduce yourself to your class. We'll videotape it. Then you'll go into our soundproof room and you'll watch your presentation. Number two, in this particular exercise, this is not graded. This is the beginning of how it is you can improve your ability to communicate in front of people. We'll do that for 3 sessions. Matter of fact, we've got 1, 2. On Friday, February 28th, I'll have former students who are now in sales here. And I will not be here that day. They'll be here to answer all of your questions. Like, Derry told us this. Is this the truth? Is this what you do? So I want you to get the straight skinny from students who just graduated, who are now in sales. What they're going to tell you is, it's hard as hell. I told them this. But until you experience it, you don't understand how chaotic sales is. Some people are more equipped to deal with the chaos, and some people aren't. Those are the subjects we're going to talk about Wednesday, Friday. Friday we're going to talk about. Wednesday we're going to talk about motivation, so bring your profiles, and Friday we're going to talk about behavior, so bring your profiles. Prior to spring break, we got 2 sessions. I'm going to show you a great presentation called Give 'em the Pickle. Once you learn the mechanics of how to deliver a presentation, Bob Farrell will show you how to put it all together. Also, Lucas Chestnut, who is the franchisee for Culligan, will be here to introduce you to Culligan. Why? Because the final presentation in this class, that approximately 1/4 of you, no, not 1/4, yeah, about 1/4 of you will make a final presentation in the soundproof room, and we will show that presentation right up here, and certain of you will volunteer, or your teams will volunteer you to make the final presentation. This is our final project. After spring break, we'll begin Futrell. Now, Futrell is the standard sales textbook that explains not necessarily persuasion, that's what Pink does, but he explains the mechanics, how sales is actually done, to begin teaching you the trade. Because that's what sales is. Like a bricklayer, all we do in sales is we learn little elements. We have to learn this and this. When you learn these two, then this makes sense, and then this makes sense. This is a trade, and it'll take you an entire semester to essentially learn what the blocks are. As you go into sales or you go into management, in situations where you're going to persuade others, you will use these tools that I teach you here. My students that go into sales find that when they're hired, they are 7 to 9 months ahead of college students that have never had any sales training. And it'll also help you get the job. So we will go, we'll have 2 chapters at a time, and the quiz on this one will be online. And here's the deal. I'm going to open this up for 24 hours before class starts. In that 24-hour period, you have potentially 24 times to take, oh no, more than that. You can take the quiz as many times as you want. I don't care. But I'm not going to tell you what you missed. So you can take it, you can get an 80, then if you want to, you can get a 90, you can take it again and again and again until you get 100%. What I hope you do is when you miss something, you'll think about the questions, you'll look in the text, you'll figure out maybe what you missed, and you'll learn some more in the process if you want to get a better grade. I tried to design this course so you can get an A if you want one. There's really no excuse for not getting an A if you want it. So we'll have seven quizzes. They'll be online. And then on the 19th, it says job fair. It's been rescheduled. And I'm going to fill that in. As a matter of fact, I may move some things around knowing I've got a full day that's not planned in my syllabus. Notice on the 4th of April, we'll have another group of 2, 3, or 4 former students in sales. I want you to get 2 experiences from them. We'll continue going through the Futrell chapters, and I will add to that. You'll see on the 9th, you'll see subject, need, idea, benefit. In Chris Schell's class, he uses this technique to help students understand how to craft a presentation that resonates with the buyer. It causes the buyer to pay attention and listen so you can get them to act. There's a way of constructing it, and I'll explain to you how to do that. That's on the 9th. If you'll notice on the 30th, once the presentations are finished with Futrell, we have 4 sessions, the final ones in class, in which your teams, 2 of the people in your 7 to 8 person team will deliver the final presentation. This will be a one-on-one presentation. I'm bringing in the people who are sponsors of our sales center. They pay money to come in, and they want to meet you, and they want to watch your presentation, and if you're good, guess what they want to do? Hire you. Tech Systems is going to hire 900 new salespeople this year. They'll be here. State Farm wants to hire. Tom James wants to hire. McGraw-Hill wants to hire. We have one more. There's one more. Oh, I'm sorry. There are only 4. There are 4, and each one of you will present to a Tom James or to a person who will be, by definition, a prospect. Because you'll be selling better tasting drinking water from Culligan. Everybody drinks water. And Culligan, their franchise is in the western part of the state, and they're growing their business in Bowling Green. We do this for an important reason. In my 420 class, which is going on Tuesdays, my students actually sell Culligan. So they get sales experience on their resume. Is that important to get your first sales job? No, it's essential. If you don't have experience, then all you've learned is just theoretical. What a recruiter wants to know is, do you like it? Can you do it? Demonstrate you've done it. That's why I have this class. Questions thus far? We'll have one session at the end for a final exam review on the 9th, and your final will be online. And your final, you'll be able to take it twice. And I will record the higher of the 2 scores. Other things you should know. How am I going to? I am going to grade your attendance. As a matter of fact. Everybody's here. Cool. That was easy. I'll record attendance every session, and I'm going to reward you with, if you'll turn to page, the 3rd page. Numbers didn't get on. At the bottom, you'll see my grading. You'll see how I grade your performance. Your quizzes are valued at 2 points apiece for a total of 230 points. When you present, let me explain this. After you read the Futrell chapters, and I give you a quiz, you take a quiz online, then we're going to go over the material that was important in that chapter, and then I'm dividing you into teams, and 4 teams, and the team will listen very closely to that particular session. Then they will design a presentation that brings the essential points to life. So the objective is not to explain in chapter 1 like a boring professor. You're not. What you're going to do is to say, if you want to succeed in prospecting, then make sure you're going to sell each other on implementing the ideas, the important ideas in the chapter. Everyone will get an opportunity to do this twice. Essentially, you're going to be selling each other on applying these principles in your own life. That's a total of 120 points. The final project in here is worth 100 points, 10% of the grade. The online is worth 200 points. Your daily attendance is worth 120 points, or 3 points per class. Now, class contribution is 230 points. How do I know if you're contributing? These are Derry dollars. They're not counterfeit. I put my picture in the middle just to make sure there's no George. I printed these on checks, so you can't counterfeit them. Your goal is to get as many of these as possible. I'm going to ask you lots of questions. If I ask you a question and you give me the right answer, you earn a Derry dollar. If you don't, you just don't get one. And of this total of 230 points, what it is? 230 points, which is equal to, if you notice, it's equal to all the quizzes. Ooh, I better figure out how to get these. The ones that have the most in the last session of class get the highest grades, get the most points. I'll do it on a little graph, from least to most. Have a little bell curve up here. And so the ones who have the most are going to get the most points. How can you get an A? Get lots of Derry dollars. How can you get lots of these? When I ask questions, know the answer. Now, some of you are going to say, hold on, Derry. That sounds like a lot. I want to get an A, but what if I get behind? Extra credit. 2 sessions of extra credit. I've got 6 or 7 books there. You read the book. I've got by a certain date. You can read book 1. By a certain date, you can read book 2. 2 books. You schedule a meeting with me and explain to me in 30 minutes what you learned from the book and write a 1-page explanation. You'll get from 15 to 30 extra credit points. That's not the best thing. Up to 100 points of extra credit. And all you have to do is shadow a salesperson. Half day. They can sell whatever. I don't care. The more rigorous the experience that you have, you can shadow your dad, your mom, your brother. But if you do, just say, Dad, here's the requirement. I want to see prospecting. I want to see cold calling. I want to see handle objections. I want to see you present. And then you can say in your explanation, I saw him do this. He did this really well. I saw him do that. That was horrible. The more I can see that you know what you're talking about, the higher your grade. That's the whole purpose. You will raise your grade, a full letter grade, by shadowing a salesperson. You have to do it by Friday, April 18th. You have to do the shadowing, get the report, write the report, schedule a 30-minute session with me. Now you schedule a meeting with me by going on Blackboard, looking at announcements. There's an announcement there that says, if you want an appointment with Derry, click there. When you click, it goes to my calendar. You pick the time that's good for you. You automatically schedules it on my calendar. If you have any questions, it's on an announcement in Blackboard. So, I know all of you need jobs when you graduate. So, take this class seriously. Because when you do, you're going to know more about yourself. You're going to be able to wrap your arms around yourself and say, oh, am I terrific? Then you're going to have a much better idea of where your first job ought to be and a much better chance of getting it when you walk across the stage. If I can answer any of your questions, come on up. See you on Wednesday. So that you can take your quiz wherever you are, but I can't help you. You get 3 quizzes. 1, 2, 3. What that means is you start an extra credit.
Have you really? Maybe yes. I don't buy something you did? You
First class together.
Did she?
Gonna show those tonight. I've got to go.
I forgot that I had to do that. I don't know. I need to have them done.
Oh my God. No special dispensation. Oh, and when you're on trips.
Or in 2 weeks. Yeah, okay. Just gonna tell them that I hadn't done it. Okay.
Done by.
Carrie Northrop, I don't know.
Chances are you're going to miss a quiz.
Carrie Northrop, I think that's it.
There, miss a quiz, you can't make it. So you have to.
Okay. Yeah, but, I mean, we can take yours.
Quiz by itself.
Saw your camera and I was like, I asked her. Yeah. No, it's awesome. And especially girls that make me feel a little bit
You should.
All right. Thank you so much. Luke, how are you? Hey, how was your weekend extravaganza? Are you sure to drop it?
Yeah, that's where I'm going.
I thought I did. Oh, I see it. It's right here in front of you. Back there. Are you headed that way? Okay.
You going to Mass?
Yeah. I'm hanging up for the contest.
You doing what?
Hanging up the results of the contest.
No. Are you ever spring break kind of?
No, mine
Then you should read How to Win Friends and Influence. It's free. It's on the internet. There's a link. I'm not sure that. Oh, no, I posted it. It's in contact.
Are you?
Just download it, print it with your printing contract. It'll punch it, put it in an envelope. You got your So after that one.
There's a strip of them.
Yeah,
When you
I
get
feel like
there.
right next to each other.
Actually.
That's fun. So you just going with a friend?
No, it's 10 of us.
Wow.
That's awesome.
I don't know if one of them will be more catered towards.
I did that South Korea.
Australia. So I don't know if one will be here more towards.
You know, after the.
That would be cool.
Two things.
It is.
If
things about
Are you by the ocean?
We went for like 2 weeks.
Your tea's high enough.
Sometimes we were.
If taking criticism
Do you go to
is not an
Melbourne?
issue,
Mhm.
if it is,
That's what they say,
then
Australian ocean.
Yeah. Well, when we went, it was like really
50
odd
degree
weather. It
on the go.
was like 10 degrees there right now.
Mhm.
For the open, but when we were there, it was only like 60.
Great
And
synopsis.
it was
Is it
really,
summertime?
yeah, it was summer. It was like hot there, so it was really, really good time.
And if you had significant
So I didn't really
life
get there
travail,
like full feel of it. It was still really cool. I think Sydney was probably my favorite. Yeah.
Sydney's the capital, isn't it?
The one with the opera house and all that.
people should have to live so
I like to go there too. I know a girl who did like just a road trip from
7 habits.
She loved it. Like she learned how to swim,
Want to get
Oh,
all
okay.
that kind of stuff.
already on course.
So you said on you want to
And if you're going to go into sales, one of my favorite books is How I Raised Myself from the Taylor Myself.
Yeah.
Oh.
There stuff's kind of private, but that is
Bye,
cool.
see you guys.
It's already like the gratuity's already included.
Right. It's like, it's kind of good, but then you have like really crappy service. I mean, they already built like the commission, so.
First you have to.
I never experienced it.
That's
Well,
Well, I haven't officially switched yet.
are you done?
No, I have the worst schedule ever. Like, none of the classes were offered on Tuesday, Thursday, so I have 5 on Wednesday, Friday. I know. So I have a break until, I think it's Wednesday. I have been interested in marketing for accounting, but I've already had business.
Are you done?
Yeah.
I thought that I really,
Advanced
really liked
logic,
accounting,
theory class.
and it turned out that it was not what I was expecting it to be.
Trying to beat the crowd. I'm not trying to go like 4:30.
I said that I was
Especially
interested in
now,
marketing, and my advisor said that she thought that from
Wait.
how I talked about myself.
Yeah.
I know, you're trying to get
I
like
would probably
toned up for.
enjoy it.
Trying to fit, you
She
know?
said that she didn't
Well, actually, I
expect
lost
me
5 pounds doing it because I was so sick.
Well, you
Yeah, I was like, I
have
had some sort of like
just
24-hour
checked out a
bug
couple
or like a stomach virus or something. I was so
You
sick.
are an excellent
No,
communicator.
I was like, gosh, that was awful. And
Put it
then
down
I
to 5.
what else?
Although
Gained it
those
all
are two
back.
skills that accountants need more of.
It was something you ate. Did you chew
Probably
or not chew?
issue
I heard something
or struggle with
Better be sure.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, okay, there.
Now, it's good you have that
No, I was
experience
normal.
because that's going to add
It was, it definitely wasn't food poisoning, though. It was like
students
a virus. That's fever.
couldn't add stuff together.
I really enjoyed
That's probably what it was.
the truth, and I did well with those.
Well,
I think that.
good to have you in class. There's all kinds of people. Do you have any sisters?
No, I know a couple girls in my class.
And when I got to the intermediate one, I learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot. So,
Yeah.
I think he does something, or he's always there.
He is always
No,
there.
he's always there.
Yeah, I don't think that's
I wanted
Or maybe
to
that's
let you
Yeah, he's a
know
nice guy, but.
ahead
That's
of
all
time.
the rest of your class.
Thanks, you too. That's good.
See you Wednesday.
I'm
Alright.
going to be out later this week for a few but I just want to let you know.
Good, how are you?
I don't know how long it's going to take them to make the purchase, so I'm just going to let you know. How it works.
Essentially, the principle is if you're not there,
I didn't know, because something was bring in.
For the action of that, right?
I just wanted to let you know.
I'll be Wait all this time, take a quick bath.
Hey, how are you?
Great.
Did you have a good break?
I'd rather be here.
I would rather be finishing classes so that I can. Yeah, I'll be here for like 20 years.
Oh, man. See you later.
I'll see ya.
See you.
Have a good day.
Lucky. All right. I mean, it's real work. Oh, no, that's
Thanks. He wants that. It tells you what you want. So you got that.
Gentlemen, for Derry. What's your last name? David? Allegra. Nice to meet you, sir. Marcos? Mr. Marcos. Nice to meet you. Mr. Burnett. Mr. Burnett. Nice to meet you. Chris Derry. Morrill? Morrill, Mr. Morrill, okay? Nice to meet you. Mr. Mitchell, nice to meet you. Chris Derry. Carpenter, Mr. Carpenter, nice to meet you, sir.
Jay Craycraft.
Mr. Craycraft, sir. Mr. Moss, nice to meet you. Chris Derry.
Lucky.
Mr. Ledke?
Ledke.
Ledke, Mr. Ledke. Mr. Cater, nice to meet you, sir. Chris Derry.
Shane Nitchkin.
Mr. Nitchkin, just met your sister.
Yep.
Chris Derry. John Yates. Mr. Yates, nice to meet you. Ms. Wagner. Case beer. Now, if you're introducing yourself, make sure you slow down. You've said it a jillion times that I've never heard.
I'm Carly King.
King?
Yes.
King. Out of Rumor. Rumor? Yes, sir. Mr. Rumor. Miss Bog? Nice to meet you. Turn this guy on. Chris Derry.
Tyler Green.
Mr. Green, nice to meet you. Chris Derry. Miss Nash. I'm sorry. I don't get sick.
Alex Mallory.
Mallory?
Yes, Alex.
Mr. Mallory. Okay.